All righty. Thank you, Brandy. And welcome our new employees that are joining us for this. I will hopefully everyone can hear me and see me okay out here in Teams TV land. uh, so it is glad to be here with y'all. So, as many of you know, or maybe if you don't know, I am the Eastern Regional Coordinator for the division. So, I've been with the division a little over 20 years now, and it's always exciting to have new employees join us. So, we're going to just dive right in. Let me go ahead and share my screen here. And um, make sure I can. Oops, make sure I get this thing right here. Uh, I don't know what I just clicked on, but that's not what I
Oh,
want. That's not what I want. um, okay, here we go. Oop. All right. Let me navigate to. So I'm gonna just do a search real quick for the Department of Agriculture website. Can everybody see that the Department of Ag website?
yes.
All righty. So the reason I wanted to start with this is because sometimes, um, when we do trainings on the website, sometimes there is a little bit of confusion on the difference between the Department of Ag's website and the division's website. So if you happen to be at the Department of Ag's website, which we are a division under, click on the divisions drop down and you just click on soil and water conservation, and that'll take you directly to the Division of Soil and Water's website. So I just wanted to kind of make sure that you're able to find our Division of Soil and Water website correctly. And if you Google NC Division of Soil and Water, it'll take you directly to it also. So, like Brandy mentioned, we did revamp and update the division's website a few years ago. Um, the previous website was getting to be pretty outdated and uh, kind of boring looking, I guess, if you will. So we decided to kind of revamp it, make it, give it a fresh look, and so, what I'd like to do today is to start off and just kind of give a brief overview of the different things you can locate on the division website, and then we'll go into um, the weeds of the website a little more and kind of dig down to try to look for more specific things. So, on the home page here of the division website, you'll see different blocks here that you can click on. And we also have a new feature with this interactive map here that you can also utilize. So it's kind of whatever your preference is. But if you wanted to, click on or just hover over a county, it'll give you the county name and that district's phone number, which is pretty quick and easy if you want to do that. Um, and then if you actually, um, let's see, click on it, it'll actually take you to that district's web page if they have one. So I just clicked on the Wake District on the map there, and this is what it brought up is the Wake District's website. So I think that's a pretty cool feature. There's the Wayne Soil and Water. So that is a really neat interactive feature that is new to our website. So, so one of the other things about this, and it's also a personal preference thing, you know, we do have the little search, the little magnifying glass that you can use to type in anything you want to search for, if you want to do it that way, if you're looking for things. But sometimes I have found it useful to just learn the different things to click on, like the blocks of information, and then go from there. One of the things I do highly recommend is that once you pull up our division website, go ahead and add it to your favorites on your computer, because this is a nice reference tool, and you're going to definitely need it no matter if you're a technical staff person or if you're a admin education staff person. Either way, this is going to be a useful tool for you to use as you do your jobs in your district. So, so let's just go ahead and just get started. We'll just go with the first block here, programs and initiatives. So when you click on that, this link on this box pretty much takes you to all the conservation programs that are under the division that Brandy went over earlier. So you have Ag Cost Share, Ag Wrap, CCAP, CREP, STRAP, which are all of our cost share programs. The rest of these are like your animal waste, technical assistant, watershed initiatives, which that would house the impaired and impacted program. And we have another block for education programs. And then lastly, we have disaster response. So if you click on each one of these blocks for each program, you'll see here the Ag Cost Share program. It just goes more into another layer of information. You have purpose and goals, who is eligible, how does the program work, Ag Cost Share program updates. This is your best management practices link, CS squared, impaired and impacted, technical review committee. My mouse isn't working very good today. Resources, rules and statutes, and commission policies. So, and you also have over here in this little block over here, pretty much the same links. If you want to use that sidebar there, but this is where you could actually locate, click on the best management practices, and there you'll find all of the different categories of Ag Cost Share BMPs. And if you just click the drop down, it'll give you the list of these BMPs. And then if you click on each BMP link, it'll take you to that BMP, Best Management Practice link. And then there it goes into more detail about the, this one's for cover crop. So it will give you the description and policy of that practice. CS2, contract requirements, and it'll also have other links to other items that you'll utilize if you're using this for putting together a contract. JAA, the standard for the practice, and JAA requirements, and then planning and design tools. So these will help you to actually help plan and install the BMP. So the thing about this web page is, well, I'm not sure why the back button's not working, but we'll go back. Let's see here. I'll go back here. But as you use the website, you can quickly realize that it's a lot of information, and you just have to kind of play around with it, use it. The more you use it, the more you'll get better at it. So let's just go just briefly look at each one of these. So there's your AgWrap program, and you'll see some of the similar links, just like you saw a while ago in the Ag Cost Share program. CCAP, you'll see some of the same links of information. All right, CREP. So you'll see a lot of different information regarding the CREP program. STRAP, some of the same information. And this one does have an interactive map here you can use for that particular program. Animal waste, gives you some links to click on there for that, for the Swine and Dairy Assistance Program, which is a newer program. Watershed initiatives, that would be where your impaired and impacted program would be, and you'll see an interactive map there you can use for that. Education programs, this gives you all the links to the information regarding your education programs if you're involved in any of those. RCW, which is coming up next month. A lot of good links and information there. Mobile Soils Classroom, Envirothon link. And as you navigate through these different web pages on the website, obviously some will be outdated from past events like our state Envirothon, as you see here. So there's your contest and awards link. So basically, that all that information is housed under that programs and initiatives block of information. So you just click the next one, and that gives you another set of block of information. This one talks about the division, which Brandy went over a lot of the information about the division, who we are, our partnership, a lot of good resources there. Our division staff directory, as you can see, the names and a territory map of coordinators and their areas. About soil and water districts, this gives you a little more historical perspective, and how we came to be and why we do what we do. And then lastly, find your local soil and water district. So this was actually pulled from our old website. This link right here is a page of each page of the district's board of directors, board of supervisors, and then district staff as well. And it's all in alphabetical order. So we try to keep this updated as much as we can on a regular basis. And as we know, staff changes, district board of supervisors change. So if you ever have any changes that need to be made, please let your area coordinator know, and we can get it over to Christina. She's the one that helps keep this website updated. And this is just another tool, an interactive map that you can use for that. So, and then you go back to the home page. We have a block for our Soil and Water Commission. It talks about who's in our commission, who makes up the commission, and you see a nice picture there of our current commission members. And it'll actually give you, like our Madam President, Ms. Blyweiss, it'll actually give a picture of her, a little bit of a bio about her. And this is something that is fairly new. We've added this so everyone can get to know and see who each of our commission members are. Meetings information, that is a list of the meetings as they come up, and then past meetings and meeting minutes and those kind of things. If you want to know more about our soil and water policies and rules, then this is the information page here for that. This definitely gets a little more in depth when it comes to, when you look at all the statutes and rules. A lot of this is a lot of packed information, but you can see all the different rules that you can look at, our statutes, commission policies. Sometimes you'll need to refer back to those, and then commission guidance. And this is guidance regarding supervisor participation. And we'll go back to the home page. And the last two blocks here are two of the blocks that you'll probably use quite frequently. So if you go to for soil and water conservation districts, you'll see another set of blocks that you can click on. Professional development, requesting technical assistance training, JAA, resources and forms. And Brandy, our training coordinator, has done an outstanding job with keeping up to date this awesome training website. So please refer to it often as you learn about upcoming trainings. And you see the different tabs there that you can look up training information there. So one of the two blocks of information you'll need quite often are resources under conservation districts. And there's a whole wide range of things you can choose from there. One good one here is talks about the open meetings law. And then of course, SharePoint, which we'll get into a little bit later. Something about media. This one just came up recently from a district. I had a question about document retention, and this is our famous acronym list of all the different acronyms that we have. So, whoop, I didn't mean to do that. So let me go back. So as you can tell, just by me doing a lot of clicking, you can kind of get thrown back and forth from different things. But the main thing is just finding your way back to where you need to go for what you're looking for. So for the district supervisor block, you can click supervisor training program, which gives you information about your district board of supervisors. There's program rules, program delivery, approved courses. These are several courses that have been approved for supervisor training. This is a neat one here. If you want to keep up with your supervisor training hours, we have two spreadsheets here. And the reason there are two is because there's two different terms of office, depending on when your supervisor was elected for what term, but you can click on these and it'll open up the spreadsheet there. Whoop. Oh, no, what that is. All right, get that off of there. But you can see that it will open up the spreadsheet for all the districts, and it'll give you their total hours and then where they receive those hours at what training and that sort of thing. So that's kind of a neat thing there. All righty, let's see. So then we can go back to the home page. But that's pretty much all the information there. As far as that part of the website. So, so now what I want to do, let me go back. I'm going to stop sharing here. All right. Does everyone have their where they can go to the division website? Can you pull it up on your computer as we're doing this training?
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to go over here in the chat, and we're just going to do like a let me go back. We're going to do like a scavenger hunt thing if you want to, just to kind of let y'all have fun with where to find stuff. So I'm going to put in here something for you to find, and then you let me know if you were successful in finding it. So let's start off. Okay. All right. Somebody or y'all go try to find the 2025 average cost list for the ag cost share program. And then y'all can let me know if you found it okay. And when you get there, pull up try to find the average cost for the agriculture cropland conversion to grass BMP and let me know if you found it. Has everyone found the average cost for cropland conversion to grass BMP under the agriculture program? All right, looks like they found it, $420 an acre. All right, good deal. Okay. Well, I can't type today either. Can you find the link to Access CS Square? Do you remember where you saw that? right. Looks like Seth and Elizabeth found it, and Lindsay. All righty, good deal. So just to kind of let you know, that would be another recommendation, that if you have technical roles in your district and you help with cost share contracts, when you click on that link, it's probably a good idea to bookmark that link on your computer as well. That way you can just go right to it and have easy access to that. All righty, let's see. I'm gonna throw you a curveball here. All right, see if you can go find the supervisor disclosure form. This one may take a little bit of digging to find that, and this would probably be more useful if you're in an admin role with your district. And I'll give you just a couple minutes to try to look for that one. By the way, this is one of the hardest forms to kind of find. So, and if you can't find it, that's okay. We'll go through it here in just a minute. But the idea is to get you to think about what type of information are you looking, and what does it pertain to or relate to. And I'll go ahead and tell you, some of this is not as easy to find as others, but we've tried to make it as user friendly and put it categorically in the best place as we can. But once you, all right, Lindsay found it. But once you learn where these things are housed, it's probably a good thing to try to remember where you went, and just make you some notes if you have to. I have to do that quite frequently, is just make myself some notes in my notebook. So Elizabeth found it. Good deal. All right, so I'm gonna just go to my bookmark here. All right, so, and I'm gonna just go through these again, just kind of refresh our memories. But yeah, so if I want to look anything on the average cost list, then I'm gonna go to the Ag Cost Share Program, and then I'm gonna go to Resources, and I'm gonna go to the drop down for average cost list and allocations. And there you'll see all the last 3 years of average cost lists. There's 25, and yep. So, and then you have to always scroll to find the correct category, which we have a ton of components. So, and cropland conversion to grass, $420 an acre. Oh, wait a minute, I'm not sharing my screen. Hello. All right. Always forget to share. So anyway, I think you kind of get the gist of the idea here. Just like AgRap, you know, if you want to look at, find the BMPs there, resources. There's the AgRap average cost list. So sometimes when you go under the program web pages, if you look under general program forms, this is where they house a lot of the particular forms for the different cost share programs. I just had a district earlier this morning ask about the ag cost share program. They're looking the substitution of parties agreement form, where they have a farm that was sold and a new owner's taken over or buying the property, and it has BMPs on it. And it was actually under the general forms link here. And it is right down there, substitution of parties agreement. There you go. But anyway, that's like I said, there's a ton of information, and it's we tried to make sure it was organized in the best possible way to make it user friendly and easy to get to. But if you always get stumped and you have a question, reach out to your area coordinator, and we'll be glad to help you find what you need to find. Sometimes we get kind of stumped up, but yeah, there's another one is travel and reimbursement forms for your supervisors. We have onboarding forms when you have new supervisors come on board. Job approval authority. I know I'm bouncing around a little bit. On the job approval authority, this gives you good information on how you would apply for your JAA, and it goes into a whole another page of detailed information about JAA requirements, how to apply. Yeah, there's your form site, sign in there, rules and policies. So, so like I said, just go to this division website periodically, play around with it. You know, when things come up that you're looking for something, it is a lot of information, but that is our division website. Does anybody have any questions or comments or anything regarding the division website?
Or is there anything that you have trouble finding on a regular basis where Ken can help you find something?
Yeah. Oh, I know what I wanted to show you real quick. Let's go to for soil and water districts. So let me back up a minute. So if you go to for soil and water districts and then go down to forms, I figured this would be an appropriate time to mention this. So under forms, under this block of information, there is this new employee welcome form. So this is something that we try to work with district directors and new staff, that when you come on board, that you submit this form as a new employee, and then that way it gets directed to us coordinators to let us know there's a new staff in the office, and gives us your contact information, and that way we can update what we need to with you as a new staff employee. So, and just recently, there's the link for the master agreements, which all the districts should have all of their master agreements by now, and hopefully y'all been awarded the financial and technical assistance that goes along with master agreements. So, But that's all I've got for now as far as the division website. So if you have anything that you're having a hard time finding or just can't seem to find, or if it's something you need like ASAP in a hurry, like I said, reach out to your area coordinators or any other division staff if you need somebody particular that you have another question for. But that's it. And we're going to try to make sure this is updated frequently with new information. Now, I can go ahead and tell you occasionally you may find a broken link or you may get the error message. What is it, 404 or something, page not found. So if you happen to see that, don't get discouraged. It's probably because that web page is under maintenance, or it's a lot of times, like, let me go to one real quick here. Like if you go to a program web page, let's just say, I don't know, let's go to Strap. And let's see. Well, typically, and I don't know, this might be good. So typically, like on the STRAP program, when it comes time to apply for STRAP funding, I think there will be a link that you can apply. Well, there it is right there, application. So it probably, sometimes if you go to one of these where you have to apply for a program funding or things like that, the form will actually be closed because some of these forms are date sensitive. You have to apply by a deadline for funding. I know STRAP is one. Just trying to think if there's another one. Like, I'll give you another example. AgRap regional applications right here. So a lot of times it'll come up, and these will actually give you deadlines of these for the applications. But sometimes if you'll go to these, the actual form will be closed if it's past the deadline. But just kind of be aware of that. So, all right. Well, we're coming up on 11:11. So, that's all I've got for the division website. And thank y'all for your time. And I guess from now until about, what do you say, Brandy? About 5-10 minute break?
Yeah, five, whatever you think you need, Ken. Do you want to try for a 5 minute? And then if we have a shorter time, we can let people off early kind of thing?
Yeah, that'll work.
All right, so let's do 5 minute break. So like 11:16, we will have you guys come back.
All righty. See you in a bit.